Hey everyone, my name's Maddie. I'm a 22-year-old competitive boulderer from Canada, currently living near Frankfurt, Germany. Welcome back to the COMPCLIMB training series, where I record my training here and there, do my best to explain each session, and just chat about climbing with an emphasis on competition. So I am about a week and a half into training again after a full rest month. And on that rest month, I did nothing but sit around on the couch, fly to Finland, and just walk around and watch Zach at the gym. I did no climbing. So we're back in training, and today is my first day back at Boulderwelt, Frankfurt, which is one of my favorite climbing gyms in the area. They always tend to set boulders I'm bad at. It's crazy. And it, like, as much as I like kind of have bad sessions sometimes when I'm here, it's actually kind of for the best because, I'm always working on things I'm bad at. So yeah, I really like my boulder belt sessions. Right now we are training. We're kind of in like a high-ish volume phase. We're not anywhere near the World Cup season. Every year I always train for the World Cup season. So I don't peak for nationals necessarily. This year I'm trying to do a little bit of a tapering for it, just to try to do my best at that event. But in general, I don't really train for anything except for the World Cup circuit, and so that starts in April in 2024. So we got quite a bit of time. Right now, after my rest month, I'm still dealing with a couple injuries. I have chronic golfer's elbow, which if any of you have, you'll know it's not very nice. I've had it since 2017, and obviously it's 2023 now, so I've had it for quite a few years. And I've kind of come to a nice point with it where I just deal with it. I feel it here and there. I feel it most when I'm like exercising. There's specific exercises that really, really hurt it. But when I'm on the wall, it doesn't really matter. But it's been kind of acting up recently, so I'm kind of managing that a little bit, icing it and massaging it and just dealing with it. I also have a few finger injuries. You'll see my fingers have a bunch of tape on it. I decided to go colorful today. I have all different colors tape on my finger. So, fingers and tendons don't like just being dormant. So rest month didn't really do the trick for those ones. So I kind of have to just ease back into it with my fingers. So I've been avoiding crimps a little bit recently, and I think I'll just kind of gradually add those back in as I get a few more weeks into the training cycle. Other than that, though, I'm fresh and healthy and just a little bit lacking power and coordination. So I've been noticing recently I've been taking more attempts on things, and it's just been a little bit of a struggle. I've been noticing also my workouts, like my physique is just like not quite there. Through full month off of everything is just like it does like take a little bit of a toll on you, but it's absolutely necessary for this level of training. So I definitely always am looking forward to rest month, and I'm happy when I'm on rest month, but coming back from it is a little bit of work and kind of mental work as well. So anyway, we are back and we're climbing, and I honestly, my climbing on the wall is like doing okay. It's more like the off the wall stuff that is lacking a little bit, notably. Anyway, so this actually right here is my favorite climb of the day. It wasn't a warm up. Like I'm definitely into my session at this point, but it was a little bit on the easier side. And I was hesitating a little bit. I think my whole attempt here is gonna be 2 minutes. So I have 2 minutes to tell you about a little bit about my experience with slab. So as a female, I tend to be good at slab. I think that's kind of like what females are known for. Like we're pretty good at slab in general. Like we're pretty flexible and patient and able to get the slabs done pretty quickly and well. So I have experienced this for myself for sure. And actually, this is actually something Zach noticed last year, or like 2 seasons ago, back in the 2022 season. I was kind of on like a hot streak with my slabs. And like at nationals, at the high performance comp we had for Canadian selection, at all the World Cups last year, or back in 2022, I just could not fall on slabs. Well, yeah, I could fall on slabs. I could not like walk away without a send of a slab. Like it was always send. Whenever I'd turn around and see a slab in front of me, it was just like an auto top. So that was a really cool and fun thing. I was kind of leaning into it by the end. I was like, I was getting excited when I saw slabs. I felt confident, and it's definitely still like that. Like I'm still pretty good at slabs, but at the first World Cup of this season, I didn't send the first slab of the year. And I actually I was a bit nervous for that competition, and this was in Japan, and I just kind of was out of the groove of competing, and I just I was like shaking off of like the boulder, and then finally when there were 30 seconds left, I was like, all right, I gotta just do this. So I like ran up the boulder. I got the zone on my last attempt, and then I ran out of time. I was literally reaching for the finish hold, and it like the timer stopped. So that was a bit tragic, but in general, I'd say my slab skills are still pretty much up there. I remember the only climb I sent in the Salt Lake City semifinal was the slab, and like not a lot of people sent that slab, so it actually bumped me all the way up to like 8th place in that comp. So I was really psyched with that. So my slab skills are still very much paying off. So I'm always happy to get on slab, and that slab was really, really cool. This was kind of a half slab too, and I just feel more comfortable when I'm like, it's just about my feet. Like I feel like I move my feet really well for slab. So that's that's a really cool little skill to have. It's nice to have like one like really good strong suit and just identify it and just lean into it so that you can just always be confident for at least something. You know, you don't want to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just like okay at everything. You want to at least like find one thing that you're solid at. So this boulder here, you might recognize it from one of Zach's videos, and I'll link it in the description. This boulder took me a million attempts, and I actually sent it right before I went on rest month. So this has been up for a while, and I was kind of glad to still see it on the wall because I wanted to repeat it. So today I'm doing repeats as well as on-sighting. So I challenged myself to do this one again. And this one is so particular. You can see I'm like I'm half doing the move every single time. You just kind of land into like this foot and drop knee, and then you press off of the wall. And I wasn't frustrated that I had done it before and I can't do it, because I just like it's hard to like your body remember, especially having taken a month off. It's hard to just remember exactly what you're doing here. So I went through the whole learning curve again, and this time I feel like I got a little bit faster maybe. I was climbing all by myself this time. Last time I sent this, there were a couple guys on this boulder as well, and they were kind of showing me how to do it and give me some tips. And there's the scrape of the day right there. This one, I just love this move though. Like it's so unique, and I actually did see this at the Brixton World Cup this year. I didn't actually need to use the beta. I could just actually stop on the left hand, and then there's like a crimp. Whereas this one, you were relying on like the back step. But it is really cool to see this like actually at a World Cup, and that was in a qualifying round. So like the setter, I think Yannick set this one. He definitely did not see that boulder was in that qualifying round, because they don't like live stream the qualifying. Anyway, so I just stuck it right there, and I was really psyched. But actually, that was the second time I stuck it today. I actually didn't turn the camera on when I sent this for the first time today, and I was like, crap. But because it's repeats, I was actually planning on doing it again anyway. So I got right back on, and this was my attempt right after I got the move. So I got right back on, and I got the move again immediately. So I was like, okay, my rule of thumb is usually I want to try to do a boulder like twice, or I try to do it 3 times in a row to really make sure I got it. Because one time, like doing it once could be a fluke. You might not know why you stuck it. Doing it twice, you just like really have it in your head, and you just like are in the movement, and you want to like really get it down, and maybe that still doesn't prove that you've got it. So I like to give it 3 attempts and make sure you've done it 3 times to really make sure that you know what you're doing on this move. And I really wanted to like learn this move because it's so finicky. So this is my 3rd time now doing it, and we stick it the 3rd time. And I was like, okay, yeah, I got it. So I literally, Zach's behind the camera there. And actually, this is a quick shout out to one of our subscribers. And he watches all of our videos, and he came and said hi to us today. So it was really nice meeting you, Johannes. So this boulder here was also one of my favorites, and I was really, really psyched to be on this guy. It's this really cool kind of like backwards move. And actually, Yannick set something like this before as well, but the boulder is actually too hard for me to do at the time, and I couldn't stick the first move, so I always wanted to do this one. But luckily, he set like a smaller, a little bit easier version of this. So I was able to do like the backwards hand move, which I'd always wanted to do. So right here is when I'm going to start talking about our tip of the day. And this actually has to do with watching yourself climb. So obviously, when Zach and I are filming COMPCLIMB, we are filming everything we do. For me, I film a lot of my attempts from multiple days. Today's video is just one day. But in general, I'll film a bunch of stuff, and sometimes I won't use a boulder, sometimes I won't. Today, I think we used almost every boulder I did. But you can see here, I actually, when I was recording this, I was watching myself climb back just because I had it and I was going to use it. And you can see my right foot, when I'm going for this zone hold there, is like kind of smearing on the wall. And I noticed this when I went to look at the boulder, because I was like, why am I not able to like bump up to this zone? Like, I don't understand. And so I noticed that my right foot wasn't on the start hold. And you'll see my right foot is now on the start hold there. And for whatever reason, I was just putting it like literally to the left of the start hold and not using the nice, awesome foot that is there for you. It even has some like shoe scum on it, so you can see that people have been putting their foot on it. But for whatever reason, I couldn't do it, or I didn't think to do it. So on this attempt, I finally put my foot there, and immediately I got the zone, and it was all no big deal. So my tip of the day is, if you happen to be in a situation where you're recording yourself, or if it's easy to record yourself, I always like watching the video back in real time. So if you don't send something immediately, you're like, I don't know what I did wrong, like what is it? Maybe you think it's something. Just go watch the video and try to figure out what is going wrong with your movement, or what you need to optimize, or like if your foot is like too low, or if it's not even on a hold, that's, you know, there's a hold right next to it that you could have put your foot on. I find that just like when you're on the wall, sometimes you don't really understand why something's not working. And so I love to watch my climbing back like right away. Like I'll turn around and be like, okay, I gotta go watch that. Like it's the first thing I do when I sit down. And I immediately, my brain starts going. I'm like thinking about like what is wrong with the movement. I'm almost like analyzing myself and being kind of my own coach and figuring out what went wrong. And oftentimes I will be able to fix it immediately and just be like, okay, it's that. So like if you remember that white thing with the white boulder with the back step, I remember I watched it once. This was, I think, literally the attempt that I sent it. I looked at it, I said literally out loud, I said hips. My hips need to be closer to the wall. And so immediately I went on the wall and I just focused on getting my hips closer, because I was like, yeah, when I'm grabbing like the left hand, I'm like, my hips are like way too far away from the wall. So I did that and immediately I sent it. And just for good measure, on the time I wanted to repeat it, right before I got on the wall, I whispered to myself hips, just in case it was like I needed to say it out loud to like make it happen. So yeah, definitely, if possible, try to record yourself and watch yourself like right away to figure out a move. I find it very helpful, and I don't do it all the time, but when I do, I find it's definitely a game changer. So I wanted to take a second to just talk about something that we've gotten a few questions about. I just wanted to just let you know why we've actually decided to move to Germany. You know, obviously we're climbing in Germany all the time, and we love Germany. We're always talking about our adventures and our setup. And I just wanted to say that, yeah, we moved to Germany completely for training. I do have some family here, some extended family, and I grew up going to German school and speaking German. It's actually always been kind of like a dream of mine to move and live in Germany. So when Zach and I, you know, the situation in Canada has gotten kind of not the best. So we wanted to just move somewhere different and just get a new kind of a fresh atmosphere and environment. So yeah, we decided to move to Germany, and we definitely love it here. And if we could stay longer, we would. We're gonna see about that, but ja, we're loving our time in Germany. Yeah. So für Mittagessen, wir hatten ein bisschen Essen von einem Restaurant bei Boulderwelt. Ich hatte Krabbenchips, nur Krabbenchips, weil ich hatte Joghurt für Mittagessen. Ich habe es von meinem Hause. Und ja, so es war ein gutes Mittagessen, und dann ich hatte diese Boulder probiert. I already tried this boulder earlier, and I was like feeling fresh for section 2, so I decided to get back on it, and here I am staticking the finish again because I was a little bit nervous about jumping for it. But I was really psyched to get this one done. It was a classic Zach, like I just wanted to do it, so I just got back on it, and now I don't have to get back on it next session. Now we got a mock comp here, so we got the timer on the clock, And so this one right away was like pretty confusing. Like I said, I've got a bit of a beta weakness that I've been working on. So I definitely was I was sequencing this one for quite a while. And I think I got on the wall with like, after like a minute or 45 seconds of sequencing. And it felt really hard. Like I was trying hard during this boulder. But I wanted to challenge myself. And actually, I mean, Zach's actually the one that picked my 5-on-5 off boulders. But we did save these. I didn't get on them last session specifically so that we would have this for 5-on. So it was kind of half me picking and half kind of Zach picking. But yeah, this boulder really intimidated me. But that's like all the more reason to get on it. Like I said, like the World Cup season is so far away. And I've got tons of time to just mess up and like be bad at climbing for a little bit. So I decided to definitely get on this one. You know, I'm not shying away from boulders I don't like anymore. All the swings, all the dynos, all the complicated looking stuff, I gotta just get on it because there's no way I'm gonna get better at it if I don't do it. That said, I actually found some better beta, or maybe not even better beta, but just like Maddie beta. You know, it just worked a bit better. In this case, this Maddie beta really did do the trick. I found it a lot easier for me and my style, and yeah, I feel like they were looking for like maybe a 360 move off of this this jug that I have my hands on. I think you're supposed to like kind of go left hand to it and then kind of spin around and then like have your right hand on the zone there. But this worked well too. And this was probably one of my best sends of the day, I think. Just because it was just so complicated and it was a 5-on-5 off. I feel like I was like really trying hard to get this send. So I was really psyched about it. And again, I said I'm kind of shying away from crimps. So I had 2 crimps at the finish of this. So I was kind of, I was definitely trying hard while also trying to like make sure I don't get injured trying to do this boulder. And then here we are just rounding out the finish of it. And it's like a precarious, I got my foot like barely in here. I'm like choosing to trust it. And then as I match, I like slip, my right foot slips. I did get the send though. But yeah, it was a bit of a heart racing moment for a second there. I think I scraped myself again as I slipped. Because I don't know, the volumes, they feel like almost new right now. Like they had a comp and maybe they retextured them or they just really cleaned them or they brought out new ones. I don't know. But they feel just so new right now, which is good. It's good because I have a rest day tomorrow. So even if I tear my skin on these, it'll be fine. But, you know, it is, when you have to climb as often as Zach and I do, it is sometimes really hard to manage your skin when you've got like beautiful new volumes. Anyway, this boulder here, I'm about to show you why, yeah, like I do not watch enough COMPCLIMB, to be honest. Zach did this boulder, and I'll link this one as well. He did this boulder in his campus video, and I did not watch it. So I did not actually know his beta, which is good because I was able to 5-on-5 off on it. But it was bad because I didn't know the beta, and if I had watched him, I would have had a little bit more knowledge to be able to do this move. But I think what they're looking for is like kind of a quick swing. So you kind of have both hands on the start holds, and then you kind of swing to the left, and then as you swing to the left, you bring your right hand back to the right start hold, and then you use that swing to kind of bring you over, and then you kind of do a double to the zone and then to the side pull. And I just didn't see it, so I couldn't do anything on this boulder. I'm finding when we're doing mock comps and Zach is the one picking, I find that there's actually, I always have one boulder I just make no progress on, which is kind of good. You know, it's always good to have one boulder. And oftentimes at World Cups, this is how it works out to be. There's always one boulder in qualifiers that's just crazy hard. And if you want to be, you know, consistently at the top of your field in the qualifying round, you got to do that boulder or get the zone at least. So I'm definitely trying to work on like being the one that gets that boulder. So I got to start doing the hard boulders, but it is good it really feels like I'm in like a World Cup like round right now. Cause like it just keeps happening. Like I'll flash one boulder and then I won't zone another one. That's just how it goes sometimes. Because World Cups are trying to, you know, we are all the best in our sport and the best in our countries, but there is still quite a range of like fitness and abilities. So there are some easier boulders and there are some harder boulders. And I think, you know, the way we find like the best in the world is just who can just do it all, you know? And that's what I love about World Cups. Like it's just, it really just, it tests you everywhere, you know? It tests you on like, can you flash something that, you know, is low percentage, but like sort of easier. and can you like pull really hard, and can you do this and that, and like it just always somehow finds like my weaknesses and like test me in such a unique way. Like World Cups really are like the next level of competition, like not just in difficulty but just in everything. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back to the World Cups, but I've got a lot of work to do this season. So it's a long road, and every year we just keep rinsing and repeat. You know, do it again. What do we learn from this season? You know, what are we taking next year? So yeah, this season is definitely a lot about, for me, like harder boulders, and still working on my paddles. This is kind of like a mix. Like it's a hard paddle, so and with no legs as well. Like a lot more parkour stuff. There's always so many things to work on, and I think in general, I just kind of want to get on things I just don't. I'm not drawn to. You know, I want to stop. I want to stop doing all of like the easy slabs and the, you know, like swings that I'm able to do quickly. Like I just need to branch out a little bit more and do some harder stuff. So yeah, that wraps up today. So we're going to Nuremberg tomorrow, and that's for Zach's comp. I won't be competing. It's a little bit too close to my rest month, and I'm not quite ready to compete, and I just want to focus on training for now. So I'll be joining him in Nuremberg. I'll be climbing at Element, so you'll see that video next from me. And then we'll come back, and we'll have another month, I guess, of training. And there's another comp in Mannheim that I signed up for, but I'm not thinking I'm going to do, just because I just want more training time. Like I'm always doing competition. It's so hard for me to say no to competition sometimes. And I said yes to this one, but I'm starting to think I should just say no. I should just like focus on training and get all these weaknesses sorted out, and, you know, take care of my body, and just, you know, focus up on like what's really important for now. So that is our session today. I hope you enjoyed the video.